3, 2, 1.
Nice.
That gets my juices flowing right there. When we're all together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All together like that.
I've already had enough of the podcast.
Welcome in, everybody. $1 Million Radio, episode 8. 8.
Wow, that's crazy.
They prayed on our downfall. They didn't think we'd make it this far.
Me neither.
Yeah, same.
No, it's fun. It's low. It's a fun time to come together, and I'm really happy to be here on the 8th episode, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Feels good.
Feel good words from Jacob.
It's a Kobe episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out the jersey behind Jacob that nobody ever gets to see. It is a Kobe Bryant rookie year number 8 jersey I've got hanging on my wall. But yeah, episode 8. We are, 2/3 of the way pretty much through college football. Going into week 8 of the NFL out of 17. So
That's
we're
crazy.
about halfway through NFL too.
Is it not week 9?
No, we're going into week 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Liberty has only played like 5 games.
Yeah.
Because I think their game with App State got canceled.
They need to reschedule it.
In college, everybody's got 2 bye weeks now. Tennessee is on their 2nd bye week this week after beating Alabama.
How about them apples?
How about them?
Oh,
How about
man.
them apples?
Yeah, I like it.
Shout out Tennessee. Shout out Dylan Sampson.
Big
Josh
shout out to
Heupel.
Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, big shout out Dylan Sampson.
My God.
I thought it was just gonna be a typical Tennessee game. First drive, moving it down the field. Dylan Sampson gets it ripped out.
Uncharacteristically.
First
It was a really good defensive
It was a great play.
Yeah.
Great run from Dylan Sampson. He just tried to keep it going.
He did gain some good yardage, but then
It
lost
was a big
possession.
It was a big play. He was trying to power for another few yards too, and tried to stiff arm the defender. Another one came in and just ripped it out the breadbasket. But
then was it McCoy?
Jermod McCoy, what a play!
Well, that's a legendary play, man. He
play.
cemented himself with that play.
So Alabama got the ball first. We made him punt. We had the ball. Our first drive is the Dylan Sampson fumble. Alabama takes that, drives it all the way down to the red zone.
Sub 5 yards, right? Sub 10 at least.
Yeah, they were inside the 10 and just tried to throw a Milrow fade.
The play was over after our drive. After Tennessee's drive was over, where I believe we missed the field goal that drive. I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, we prevented a touchdown." You know, that's a positive way of looking at it.
Yeah.
We didn't gain any points. We also didn't give up any. Because if they go down, they score a touchdown, it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah.
You know, we prevented that. So even though it didn't end any points, I was pretty happy.
Oh, for sure. I mean, also shout out Will Brooks. Not only did he win the game, but on that, I guess it was the first drive for Alabama or second drive where they got to the end zone or inside the 10. Sorry.
We low-key have some breaking news.
Oh, what is
I
it?
just got a notification. Apparently, Grayson McCall just retired from football.
Who's that?
NC State's quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what he's got
it's
that.
concussion related.
Yeah, he had big concussion issues. Coastal Carolina is where he played.
Yeah.
And then he played Tennessee. Griff might want to pull that phone off the mic.
But it didn't help because I just texted him. I was like, please take your phone off the stand. It's vibrating. Not to be rude, thank you. And it was like beep 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 beep.
So yeah, Grayson McCall retired. He was playing Wake Forest a couple weeks ago, and it was a nasty, brutal hit he took. It was very reminiscent of the Tua hit from a few weeks ago. So yeah, he's had a major concussion issues. 5th-year senior, I'm pretty sure, playing for NC State. Played Tennessee this year, and so shout out Grayson McCall. Hope you're all right, buddy.
Have a good long life ahead of you, man.
That's
Healthy.
Finish college, buddy.
Hard to hear, but hopefully he finds success in his life. But what I was going to say earlier, back to the Alabama game with Will Brooks, that tackle he made on Jalen Milrow on that quarterback sneak.
And honestly, what a play. What a play by Jalen Milrow. I mean, he read that like crazy.
He did it twice too.
Did he? I didn't see the second one.
He didn't get as many yards on the second one, but where they line up as a quarterback sneak, and instead of just going forward, he just kind of hesitates, finds where everybody's collapsing, goes the other way. I mean,
I respect.
He's an athlete.
He is.
I mean, I feel like later in the game when they were trying to do it, they weren't, as good as fooling us as they did the first time. Just thank God the first time didn't bite us.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. And I mean, like Skylar had said, he did save us from another touchdown. I mean, Alabama left a lot of points on the board,
They
or
did.
we prevent them.
True.
We
I
also
mean,
left
they
points
could.
on the board.
That's what I was about to say.
Two missed field goals.
2 missed field goals. Big drives, and Nico throws an interception. Not sure on that one where he got hit on the sideline. Not sure if he was trying to throw, like, fit it in somewhere, or try to throw it out of bounds. Regardless, you got to make that decision quicker. Don't throw it into coverage.
He won't do it again.
He got hit when he threw it, and could have cost us.
He won't do it
did.
again.
It cost us some points. I hope not.
But he did it versus Alabama, and we still won.
Yeah. So Nico is undefeated as a starter against Florida and Alabama. All these people hating on him.
Which I have before, and I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I texted the group in the first half.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe Nico ain't the guy. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I said, put Gaston in. This gets it on a
Literally
running
one play.
jump pass.
Yeah, I saw somebody pair it up with the Leroy Jenkins audio. Dude, it was so funny. It was so funny.
Dude, I can't blame Gaston. He's not in a rhythm. He's not running the offense.
Third 9.
He's not running
He's
the
running
offense
for his life.
And was he a freshman?
Yeah, Gaston Moore's no, he's been there a couple years.
Regardless, though, you're not in a rhythm, and I get your quarterback. You got to be able to make the appropriate reads on that. But I feel like if he'd been in the main quarterback the whole game, he's not going to be making that dumb pass.
Also, like, you throw your backup quarterback in, your star quarterback just got the wind knocked out of him. I thought it was going to be like a major injury.
Because like a back injury.
Either back or the way his head hit the ground, like just face planted. I thought it could have been concussion related, but he did start grabbing his back immediately. You throw Gaston Moore in there, first play. What are we doing throwing a ball down a sideline? Why not just...
That probably wasn't
maybe
on the coaches.
Yeah, maybe that was like a second read or something. Maybe he thought he had something down the field. Why are we not just handing the ball off, letting Gaston get some
rhythm
exactly.
of having the ball in his hands?
Yeah, I mean, just first play is like, here's the ball, buddy, go make a play, and it's.
But honestly,
happened.
you see. I'm gonna say Gaston or whatever. I'm gonna say
Gaston.
I'm gonna say it like Gaston.
Okay.
So you have Gaston making that play, but then
Shout out Gaston.
But then you have Nico making the exact same pass.
Yeah.
And he floats it like a butterfly.
Yeah.
I don't know who caught it. But
Brazel, you talking about the touchdown?
Well, that one, but there's also
Thornton was
Thornton.
Literally, Nico did the same throw. He was running off of one leg.
Yeah.
But oh my God, I was like, Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
Joe Milton's been under Nico's skin this whole time, but now it's Hendon Hooker. He's back.
Yeah.
And that sucks. He always has that standard to be. But it's great. He has something to work towards.
I mean, hey, man, redshirt freshman, still a freshman. He's played now 8 games. 3 or 4 now in the SEC, so half his games are in SEC play. Glad we're in Neyland Stadium. Shout out to the crowd. Did your job. Shout out to the crowd.
And shout out for UT administration for pumping fake crowd noise.
Yeah.
See,
that was wild to see.
Yeah, that's such a stupid.
That just rubs me the wrong way. I just want to.
they somebody posted a picture on the field, like in the sidelines, of 2 big old speakers. And they're like, this is what Neyland uses to pump in fake crowd noise. But the speakers that were in the picture were right next to Sterl the Pearl playing the freaking music.
Yeah, okay.
Like, come on, dude.
Sterl's the man too.
Yeah,
He's been
shout
there
out
since.
Sterl.
I was
How about
kid.
Dalton Connect too?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Don't you worry.
4's up, baby. Shout out Lakers.
Ball for life.
This is my Caruso jersey. I'm not gonna stunt, but I'm gonna change it.
But
get that new one.
Seriously, dude. I mean, we had so many mistakes, but yet again, our defense came in and contributed so much that it honestly, without our defense playing like how it did, it probably would have been an Alabama blowout.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We came out the second half, and it was like a different offensive team, in my opinion.
I don't know why we can't do that in the first half though. That's 3 games in a row.
Or at the same time, our defense is doing good.
Yeah, that's 3 games in a row that we have 0 points going into halftime. We got to figure something out.
It was a disappointing stat because I was thinking we're not going to come out. I was like, okay, the whole game we're going to go scoreless, like literally. But I don't know if what they did in the locker room or what got into the guys. But man, we came out and I saw something earlier, and the person was saying, I'm sorry, I don't have the credit, but the person was saying, Josh Heupel, he's putting really good plays in there, but like you'd mentioned, Skyler, it's being overthrown by a few yards or dropped pass, or the receiver isn't able to get fast enough to get open. But the plays were there. But this time Nico connected, and him finally connected when he needed to. It really shows why he was one of the top rated quarterback coming out of high school as a freshman. So I don't know. He proved people that doubted
Manning
him.
was in that same
that same
recruiting class.
Yeah. He proved people like me wrong that I was doubting him, And honestly, I feel like I had a reason to, but I also wasn't patient enough.
Yeah.
But this Alabama game, I'm not going to get too high off of it. Alabama's also coming off a bum year because they have a new coach. They have a lot of talent, but they're not meshed well as Nick Saban would have had them.
Yeah, and I'm sure y'all saw it too. Apparently, DeBoer came out and said, I'm not the best at giving post-game speeches after a loss.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Sure it wasn't AI this time?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm really, as a Tennessee fan, we have a lot to be optimistic about because we go into this bye week. We're still going to go scoreless.
Yeah.
But
no points this first half this week.
But we can compare. We can prepare. I want to say compare. We can prepare for Kentucky, which Vandy handled pretty well.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do the same
in Neyland Stadium. It's going to be a night game, 7:30 kickoff. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Black jerseys.
Again,
is that confirmed,
dude?
I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
If
I'm calling it too.
It's Kentucky's funeral.
I know,
because I'm sure you remember last time we wore black.
It was on Halloween night.
Yeah.
We came out in all blacks.
That was
hopefully,
so sick.
I mean, we hadn't pulled them out yet this year. I thought we might have done it against Florida, since it was a night game. But with it being around Halloween, Kentucky's coming back. We absolutely dominated the Will Levis-led Kentucky Wildcats.
We need to pull this out in the college football playoff if we make it. I know that sounds ridiculous. I'm saying we need something to...
Some extra juice. Some swag.
It's always either the smoky grays or the black uniforms. There's just something that puts it either in the hearts of the Tennessee players or puts fear in the hearts of the opponent.
Well, you know what they say. You look good, you feel good, you play good.
You play good, you get paid good.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the NIL days, that does work in college too. So, but I mean,
you're absolutely right.
I hope we come out in the black uniforms. I think we pulled them out once last year too at home against South Carolina. Dominated. Mm-hmm. I think that was also around Halloween going into this same time of year.
Yeah.
So, no game this week to pull them out. Why not against Kentucky?
Yeah.
So, I would love to see it.
Me too.
I would love to see it.
Me too.
But awesome, man. Shout out to the Vols.
Yeah, man. That's great.
What a win. A win.
I think, honestly, this game for me had the play of the week, which is something we're going to start doing. This game had the play of the week with Nico just letting Brazil catch it.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better throw.
And what a catch from Chris Brazzell, too, man. It was wild.
And
it's crazy.
Just effort on the play calls because those are both third downs. The Thornton catch and then Braswell in the end zone.
Yeah,
both third down and long.
It was awesome to see.
Clutch.
And our kicker missed a couple early and then booted it to 7-point lead.
I had to leave the room for it, and I'm not saying that to be funny. I was like,
couldn't take it.
As a Vol fan, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I'm going to go take a piss outside real quick. I'll be back in. Let me know if he misses. And Mackenzie's like, whoa, he made it. I was like, yes. I'm like putting my pants back up.
Just go outside and take a piss every time we go to kick a field goal.
Or just like, because if we don't hit that field goal, there's a better chance.
Well, you know what would have happened. Alabama would have drove down the field, scored a touchdown with 30 seconds to play, and we lose.
Yeah, of course.
That's what would have happened.
It
really would have went to overtime, and then my score prediction would have ended up.
Okay. But
no, I mean, we thought there was no way that we let up any less than 25, 30 points. I mean, that's what we were talking about all week.
Yeah.
And defense holds them to 17 all game. a touchdown early, and then was it 10-0 at half?
It was
was
7-0 at
7-0
halftime.
at half, but then they
We
made
come
it
out
10
and we
nothing.
score. No, we come out and score.
No, you're right,
Make it
you're right.
7-7. Then they make it 10. Then we make it 14. Because Dylan Sampson
Yeah.
walks in the end zone.
And we let up a touchdown early on their second or third drive.
Yeah.
And held them to 10 points the rest of the game. I mean, shout out to the defense.
It's a real legit elite defense Tennessee has.
Will Brooks
Yes.
came in and sealed the deal for the win. I mean,
And shout out to Will Brooks for being a former walk-on.
yeah,
Yeah, and
absolutely,
and being
man.
from
I think
Birmingham, Alabama.
Is he
Yeah.
on scholarship now? I'm sure he is
I'm
after that
sure,
NC
yeah.
State.
I would
game.
hope so.
Okay.
That one, or if
Because
he wasn't after that.
He's a
then
fifth or a 6-year senior, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like, damn, my college already paid for, or I already paid for my college. But good for him. He, no, never mind.
He was one of those JUCO guys.
He probably had a really good night. Let's just say. And 9 months from now, there will be a spike in babies born.
Yeah,
I'm just
absolutely,
saying.
absolutely.
I'm just saying. Maybe a Will Brooks Jr. I'm just,
Maybe a couple girls being named Dixie. You never know.
yeah,
You never know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, shout out, like we said, defense, Will Brooks, Neyland effect. Neyland Stadium was rocking that night. Cigar smoke all in the air, clouds of it going through the top of the stadium.
Watching Heupel jump with the crowd after the interview.
Yeah, that was awesome.
He's
Heupel's our guy.
our
man.
coach. Yeah, he's
I saw he got hired, a few years ago, and I think it was ESPN or Sports Center announced the hire for Tennessee. And if you go back and look at that tweet, all the comments saying he doesn't look like a football guy. He's gonna be a bad coach. No way it translates to the
I
SEC.
can talk about that about a Heisman runner-up national
Yeah,
champion.
well, I mean,
Not a football guy.
they were saying like he did good his first year at UCF, then it went downhill from there, and it was a bad hire for Tennessee. Look at us now, chat.
I'm just happy we beat Alabama,
Exactly.
2 out of the last 3 years. I'll take it.
and we switched with them. We're at 7. So
Yeah.
I'm
Moved
really
up
happy
to
about
number
that.
7.
Yeah.
Who's number 1? Oregon,
Oregon.
and then
Yeah.
Georgia, right? Number 2. So we got a trip to Athens in a few weeks. Alabama beat Georgia. That was in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We have to go in between the hedges.
SEC committee's
Sanford
going to have
Stadium.
such a weird part of the stands. Isn't Texas A&M the top
Yeah, they're still undefeated.
in the SEC?
Oh, in SEC, yeah, their
Yeah.
only loss is Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
you're
they
right.
play LSU this week.
it's just weird, man. Like
What's
this,
the line in that game? Let me
it's
see.
gonna have such a weird outlook because you have
48.5.
Alabama beating Georgia, but then you have Vandy beating Alabama, and then you have Tennessee beating Alabama, but then you have Tennessee losing to Arkansas. Georgia lost to Alabama. They dismantle Texas, who was number 1 in the SEC and in the country. I mean, there's just it's so competitive. It's like the Western Conference of the NBA. I mean,
Well, I mean, I had this
There's no-
conversation with my dad probably about a month ago or so, and I said, I feel like the 12-team playoff and each conference being, 16, 20 to 22 teams, it's going to make it more common to lose, 2 or 3 games this season.
okay, yeah.
And still make the playoff.
You
and be
mentioned that.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that makes sense because all these teams are really talented, but it's going to be so ultra competitive,
Yeah.
especially in the next few years, that I mean, you're going to have to make that exception unless you'd want a full playoff of these undefeated teams that play really nobody.
Yeah.
Like the Ohio States that play 1 to 2 teams a year that are decent at most.
Yeah.
I hate Ohio State. So, I mean, and Penn State. I mean, if you want a full college playoff of Penn State and Ohio State, then your ratings will drop, and the engagement that it gets is going to be way less than what it is. So you have to have the SEC teams in there. But the SEC teams are going to be the teams that do have the most losses, probably, just
Yeah.
due to how competitive it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I do agree with that.
So LSU at Texas A&M this week. LSU's number 8.
Mhm.
Texas A&M, I think, it's at 14.
Isn't that the game to watch this weekend?
More than likely, I
SEC
believe it's
wise
an 8
for
o'clock
sure.
start.
Yeah, it's the late game.
Yeah.
70% of the money is on LSU to cover plus 2.5. Texas A&M money line.
It's at Kyle Field.
Yeah, at
I
Texas
feel like
A&M.
that's gonna be a
LSU's
big
winning, dude.
factor.
You think so?
LSU's winning. Texas A&M ain't that guy. I'm sorry.
A&M money line minus 137. I don't think LSU is that guy either, though.
Okay,
I really
but
don't.
wait, who did Texas A&M lose to?
Notre Dame.
And
That
who-
was
and-
the first week
And
of the
LSU
season.
lost to USC, who's what, 4-3?
And
Yeah.
who did Notre Dame lose to?
NIU.
Oh,
So you're saying NIU would beat Texas A&M right now?
not right now. But if you have Notre Dame who loses to NIU,
Yeah.
but you have Texas and they beat Texas A&M, I don't know. Texas A&M, they're just not that. They're not that guy.
And then we'll see Navy plays Notre Dame this week.
oh, that's gonna
Ooh,
be a
what-
dismantling.
Let me find
Navy's
that
gonna
line.
win.
Oh, it's right here.
That's what I'm saying. Nick
Navy.
Shipman all day.
Hold on, boys. Navy plus 12.5.
Which Navy's finally ranked. Same with Army.
77% of the money.
23 and 24.
And Vanderbilt's at 25.
Yeah.
77% of the money is on Navy to cover 12.5. It's at Navy. Over under 51.5. Navy money line plus 390.
I'm taking Navy. I'm
Give me
sorry.
the midshipman.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
just
I like
because
that.
they have all the hype. I mean,
They got the vibes.
exactly.
They
Yeah.
got the vibes.
Yeah. I mean,
No, America needs an undefeated Army versus an undefeated Navy, Army-Navy game.
yeah.
America
Would that be
needs it.
before the conference championships?
It
I
might
think
be the
that
week
would be
after.
Yeah,
So
I think
we
it's
get
after.
So, like,
back-to-back weeks of Army-Navy.
One could get one,
yeah.
and the other could get the other, right?
Yeah. And
Wow.
then at that point, do both of them make the playoffs?
God, I hope so.
I'd say yeah.
I
Why
mean,
not?
Wow, that would be insane.
I mean, it would break my heart a little bit if both of them make it over Boise State, but that's a conversation.
Let's do
for
one week
another
at a
day.
time because I don't think we got to make sure the Navy beats Notre Dame this week,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see.
Speaking of Boise State, Friday night game, 10:30 Eastern kickoff p.m. is Boise State at UNLV. Broncos minus 3.5.
Oh yeah, Boise State's gonna
Give me the
win.
Broncos.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Ashton Genty was another 200-yard game.
3
I'm going to
touchdowns.
say it now. Yep.
3 touchdowns.
84% of the money on Boise State.
Yeah, they're gonna win. UNLV. What a
Who's
joke.
going to win, Boise State or the books?
Boise State.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be a trap game.
Hold
boys.
me to it.
I hate to say it.
It's not a
Is
trap.
it at UNLV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus
Oh,
3.5
yeah,
for
Allegiant
Boise
Field.
State.
That's
Dude,
a-
I mean, they
Ashton
can still win and win by 2, and then the books win. Boise State wins. I guess that's whatever. But nobody's been able to stop Genty yet. Not even number 1 Oregon. Oregon number 1 now. So
Yeah.
they almost lost to Boise State.
Should have.
What was that?
Give me
week
Boise
2?
State to beat UNLV at UNLV. Right?
Yeah.
Is that UNLV? Okay. Give me
Minus-
Boise State.
Minus 160 on the money line for that.
Okay.
Right now, over under is 64.5.
That's gonna be a
a lot of
shootout.
points.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll
So-
say 48-35 Broncos.
Okay.
That's convincing. Wow. I thought it'd maybe be a little closer.
UNLV did start off 3-0, and then their quarterback said he wasn't playing the rest of the year because he didn't get his NIL deal,
Yeah.
and he quit on his team.
Pansy.
Literally quit.
Yeah, he said, I'm not.
Is he on the bench or is he done with the
No,
team?
he's done with the team. Like, he's redshirting this year to go play somewhere else next year.
The game of college football is ruined.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just kidding. I don't think it is. Honestly, was he? We'd have to wait for the details to come out if he was promised one thing and wasn't getting
Well, it
it.
was
I
like
think that's
100 grand.
I think that's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Like
yeah.
like a James Harden 76ers type deal where he was
Yeah.
promised one thing and they didn't give it to him. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm for player empowerment. I'm also for team empowerment though.
yeah.
I'm not fully one or the other, but I think if you're going to make
I
promises,
think that's what
you gotta be able to keep them.
this situation or that situation is what makes the NIL deals in college so messy, because you promise a kid to come play for you, you give him money, you don't hold up your end of the bargain, but also, like, how do you think his teammates felt in the locker room, seeing their starting quarterback, leader of the team, just quit on everybody?
That's on the administration and the staff. They didn't care enough about what those guys thought in the locker room.
You're not wrong. I mean,
It's
but
not on the quarterback, in my opinion.
okay.
Because if you're going to use that argument, you got to think of it from the staff point of view. If the staff is not going to care what those guys think, and they're not gonna especially care what they promised this dude they're going to pay hundreds of $1,000s, you know,
Yeah.
who's really the bad guy? The guy that got gypped and is going to do its best for him, or the staff.
You're not
I
wrong.
feel like there's
You're not
strikes
wrong.
on both sides.
There needs to be contracts.
Yes.
There needs to be contracts. And that's fine. Just like the NFL and NBA, there needs to be contracts. And you should be able to trade and all that stuff. I mean, it's honestly, that's how it should be.
Well, I mean, I feel like trading's taking it a little far.
Okay, that's
But-
fair. That's fair. But I think I'm saying if someone's going to transfer, they should have to wait,
Mhm.
after, it maybe could be 1 year at a time contracts or something.
Yeah.
But there has to be a way both sides are upheld.
Because, I mean, how many players recently have we seen that are on their 6th, 7th, 8th year of college football?
Cam
Yeah.
Rising.
Yeah.
He's a decade in.
I feel bad because majority of these kids can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
And they're just,
That's part
I'll
of
go
it.
somewhere else.
But at
and
that
then they
point,
get hurt
dude,
again.
get a job. we all got jobs, man. You and I got jobs. You got a job. What
Yeah,
these?
how's Florida State doing? DJ,
they're 1
you
and
need
5.
to get a job.
Yeah. DJ, you need to get a job. That's a good one.
That's crazy,
I will
dude.
be a lifetime Florida State hater.
oh, yeah.
dude.
Same, dude.
I'm like that with Ohio State. So,
If I ever scored a touchdown on Florida State, I would do the tomahawk chop.
dude, that
and
would be.
then one of those.
Oh, okay. Do you have the same level of hatred for Florida though?
Yes.
Good, because like
I hate Florida more
imagine
than Florida State.
my favorite taunt is when someone scores on Florida and they do the
Yeah.
gator chop.
Yeah.
That is so badass. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we can do for a ball. Like, I mean, like what are you gonna do? I mean, it's ridiculous. But like gators, you're setting yourself up for
Put
that.
a raccoon hat on. real
Exactly.
quick.
Like, yeah,
Yes.
like you whip it out of your sock. Like, remember that one play? It may have been the NFL. The dude, he had it may have been, I don't know, I just don't remember.
It was
the
a
name.
Cowboys wide receiver, I'm pretty
He
sure.
had the Sharpie in his pocket. He pulled it out and he
Yeah.
signed the ball.
Yeah.
That's just pretty dope. But yeah,
Well, boys, y'all have a game you're looking forward to this weekend.
Texas versus Vandy.
Yes,
Texas
sir.
versus
Let's go
Vandy.
look at that.
And honestly, I'm
wow.
not expecting it to be close, but I also didn't expect Vandy to beat Alabama. Was that more of Alabama faltering, or is it more of Vandy coming out and swinging and just absolutely demolishing them?
I think Vandy's a good team.
I think that they could go into Texas. Okay, Georgia showed Texas what the SEC is like. Okay, Texas been riding their high horse, like, oh my God, we're so good, we're 6-0. Georgia comes in, and they have them every single play.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, I think Vandy's gonna also. Is this at Texas?
It's in Nashville, minus 18
It's
and a half.
in Nashville.
Yeah, minus 18.
Give me
and a half.
Vanderbilt. Give me Vanderbilt.
Where's the headgear at?
Vanderbilt plus 18 and a half.
Give me Vanderbilt
Money line?
on a game-winning field goal. I'm calling it.
Plus 740, brother. Go ahead. Go
What's
ahead and make that money.
what's the final score?
31-28.
All
Okay,
right. All right.
Jacob is confident. I can see it in
And
his
honestly,
face.
I'm more hopeful than anything.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Honestly, like I'm not gonna be surprised if Texas just I'm not gonna be surprised if Arch Manning is in by the second quarter.
Yeah.
But Diego, do not count out Diego Pavia.
Pavia or Diego.
Don't count him out.
Pavia. Yeah, I think
Don't count him out. He's a winner. You saw him drop back on that 4th and 1 and just launch it for them to go up by over a touchdown versus Alabama. You saw that. Everyone saw that. Everyone sees that they beat Kentucky pretty easily. Texas, they ain't no SEC team. Horns down.
Go back to the Big 12.
Yeah,
Well, hell, Big 12 don't even
Texas.
need
There's a meme. Yeah, Texas, Oklahoma. They were calling the was it Big 12? They're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, please, we want you back.
Can we come back?
Okay, this is my shot. Horns down.
Ooh.
Vanderbilt wins.
Oh, okay.
What do you think, Griffin?
These.
What do you think? What do you think, Griffin?
Horns down, man.
You think
Horns.
Vanderbilt wins? All right.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a. I hate to say a low scoring game, but I kind of want to see Vanderbilt's defense just.
My feelings are
Give
like
it to
getting the best of me.
Texas.
I know
Yeah.
Texas is going to win, but give me Vanderbilt. What do you think, Skylar? I already know what you think. You think Texas is going to win?
I wouldn't mind taking Vanderbilt plus 18 and a half.
Oh, for them to, okay.
Yeah, for them to cover that for sure.
But what about winning?
I don't think they're going to win. No.
But it's a home game.
Yeah, okay. There's probably still going to be more Texas fans than Vandy fans. One game
Okay, Nick
one game I'm looking forward to is Missouri at Alabama.
Oh, it's going to be such a good game. I hope.
Alabama minus 16 and a half.
Now is
Wow.
Brady Cook still hurt?
No, he can't. the quarterback of Missouri.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
came back
Did he come back in that game?
in the game,
See, I
and
didn't see
that's
that
how they
Auburn
won.
game last week.
Yeah, that's how they won. So they played Auburn. Auburn was
Yeah.
up the whole game. I think it was 3-17, and the backup QB's in. They couldn't get their offense going. But I think
Yeah.
it was either the late third or the fourth quarter. He comes back in. It's a game changer. And I don't think Missouri's that real of the deal. But I do think with him on offense, they're definitely
It's
not.
definitely a step up
It's
from them
yes.
when they're back.
It's definitely not a team that you're
Yeah.
gonna walk
Yeah.
over.
So, injury update: Brady Cook has been extremely limited in practice this week. It's looking like a long shot for him to play.
But he played in the fourth. That's interesting to me.
But when you get
you
off your
evaluation,
re-aggravate it. Yeah,
I get what you're. I'm just saying, like that's. I mean, that's
it's
unfortunate.
it's an ankle injury, so you can take things to help with the pain during the game. But when you get off of it and it starts swelling up, and then the mobility becomes a major issue, I would say he might not play.
A part of me thinks he'll start the game playing, and he'll get it. He won't re-aggravate, but it'll become a little sore probably, and he'll probably be ruled out the rest of the game.
So Alabama minus 16.5. That still seems like just too many points with or without Brady Cook.
That's true. But they did go down 17-3 versus Auburn.
Yeah, double digit
Without
comeback.
him.
Yeah.
So with him, they have a chance of winning. Without him, they're not winning.
Yeah.
So give me Bama. And honestly, I hope Bama wins out because we beat
It'll
them.
make us look good. Yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, with NC State,
and a joke.
and then also
Yeah.
Oklahoma being a joke, it makes those wins less impactful, even though they were good wins still.
Florida might be getting things going in the right direction too.
Sunbelt Billy, baby.
So Florida.
Yeah, that's right. He was at Louisiana
Yeah.
before he went to Florida. That's hilarious.
You got a
gumbo.
Sunbelt Billy.
Boy.
you got a game you're looking forward to, Griff?
Honestly, I hate to say it as much as, Tennessee's wins matter in the grand scheme of things, but Ole Miss is going to take it to Oklahoma
Yeah.
and beat them big.
It'd be so
I'm
good
gonna
if
go find the
Oklahoma
line
won.
for that.
Yeah.
It'd be so good if Oklahoma won. But you think Ole Miss is just going to absolutely dog walk
Yeah.
them? That's fair. That's fair, and it's likely given
Because
how
I know
Oklahoma.
I watched a portion of South Carolina, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma just
Dude, I think they
they're
pulled
just
out.
awful.
Who took Jackson Arnold's place?
It was Hawkins.
Hawkins.
So
Yeah.
Hawkins came in. I guess he started. I guess maybe he did start, but
He
then
did start,
but then Arnold got put in.
but then he had a fumble that was recovered for a touchdown, and then the next drive threw a pick six, and was immediately benched.
Man, that sucks for him.
Yeah.
I mean, but was the fumble? It was a running back, right? The fumble.
No, it was the quarterback.
Was
he
it?
got
Oh.
sacked and fumbled, and it was like a 40-yard.
So two
return.
So he gave the other team basically 12 points.
I mean, it's 21-0 in the first quarter.
Wow.
Well.
Transfer portal.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I'd be embarrassed to even be
Or
on the team.
maybe Brent Venables getting a new job.
Yeah, probably both. If I'm being honest. But
Yeah, take that, Oklahoma.
So
You hurt your boy Heupel, and he came and saved
Hurt his
Knoxville.
feelings.
okay. So you're gonna say that, but you're also you want Ole Miss to win.
I'd say Ole Miss probably.
You know,
wins
Lane Kiffin
convincingly.
hurt Tennessee's feelings.
but it's Lane Kiffin.
Honestly, I don't have too much hard feelings for him. I do think it was bullshit, but
He's cool. It's all right.
yeah,
He's gotten his karma.
it is. It's the past.
He got his dream job and got fired from his dream job.
It's like an ex girlfriend, all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
it happened.
So boys,
You don't want them to be sad or anything.
we saw Illinois defeat Michigan. Uniform of the week, whether you like it or not. I
Exactly.
I
I
love
don't.
it.
So this was our discussion when we were
don't. Illinois
Talking about
uniforms. Uniform of the
so
week.
Griffin mentioned that they were the uniform of the week, and Skylar immediately was like, "No, because I hate them." And I was like, "Yeah, but that kind of makes it the uniform of the week because you're not talking about anyone else's uniforms. You're
Making
talking
a
about
statement.
exactly
Yeah.
whether you love it or hate it. You're talking about their uniform. That's the uniform of the week.
I will say the artistic detail that went into the football helmets to make it look like the old leather caps.
Pretty
was
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But the uniform itself looks
Uglier than a mug.
So bad.
Which I was watching Game Day that morning, and they said that those helmets took about 2 years to fully
Really?
make.
Oh my goodness.
Because they were all hand painted.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Oh man.
So shout out to whoever did that. I hope you got paid a lot of money because I bet that took forever. 2 years. So, well, boys, college football looks pretty good this week.
I'm honestly, it was a great week to be a Tennessee fan. It's even better because now they're not playing and I can relax. No, I'm just kidding. But where's that put us in like the playoff standings, you think? Because Tennessee has good odds to get in.
The last bracket that I saw is predicting us to be the 8 seed and play LSU, who would be the 9 seed.
So that'd be at home.
Yeah.
That would be electric.
Yeah.
That would feed families.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Nico in a playoff environment at home would feed families, I think. I really do.
Yeah. So
is there other standings for like other teams, you think? Right,
so
how it would stand?
Majority of the pickers nowadays are saying Boise State's going to be the 12, and they'll probably play either Texas or an SEC team who ends up with the 5 seed.
If somehow they got to where there's a Tennessee versus Boise State,
that'd break my heart.
I'm telling you, boys, it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen.
That would be awesome.
I would wear this pullover.
Dude.
I would solve it.
A Dylan Sampson, Ashton Genty runoff, dude.
Yeah.
A battle of the RB.
Well, see, let's not put Genty against Tennessee's defense. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the SEC, SEC blockers, you know. But I don't feel like he'd get embarrassed. I mean, he's Ashton Genty.
I mean, I'd say he'd probably put up at least 100.
I think our front 7 would embarrass their offensive line.
Yeah, more than likely.
I'll put it that way.
It's that aggressive and elite.
Yeah, I will defend Boise State to my grave, but
yeah.
Okay, so if they played, who's winning?
I'd say Tennessee. If Nico's on, Tennessee'd win. Probably by
I think if Nico's on, we can beat Georgia. I mean, honestly.
Literally.
I don't think Georgia
has to be on both halves.
Yeah.
Unless our defense is so good that we hold them near scoreless the first half. Which the odds of that happening? Carson Beck's kind of inconsistent. And the whole offense as a whole for Georgia's kind of inconsistent.
Well, how's their run game?
Not anything. They have ETN, right?
Yeah.
But not anything crazy. I know he's pretty consistent, but they're not anything crazy like Dylan Sampson or Ashton Genty. It's just probably good old ground and pound, you know.
The line is still -9.5 for Georgia in that game
versus Tennessee.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll drop down to probably 7.5 by the time we get to Friday.
But it's at Georgia.
At Georgia,
so it usually gives them that 2 or 3 point advantage.
I would say so. Yeah. I think when we played them in 2022, we were both undefeated going into that game, and we were like 13.5 point underdogs.
That was like peak Georgia. Stetson
it might have been like it was double digits.
Yeah,
we'll put it that way.
Which I think saw
we lost by 14.
A hot take the other day on another podcast. I can't remember exactly what the name was, but is Stetson Bennett the most overrated quarterback ever?
Well, I mean,
it was a split room. I mean, they were saying
I can see
this
why
man had some drives against the SEC, but in the NFL, he has done literally nothing.
A 2-time college champion back-to-back.
Yeah.
Former walk-on.
I don't know if that's overrated in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's overrated. I can see arguments from both sides in that. Yeah. But
now, was he a part of a system that was really good? That helped?
Exactly.
Of course.
Exactly.
But
he had all the talent in the world around him.
But do you think if someone else was thrown in that position, they would have back-to-back champions, undefeated seasons?
So you put Nico in that system, what happens?
I don't know if that system suits his play style because I don't know if Stetson Bennett would rush as much as Nico does.
Because I have noticed that with Kirby Smart at Georgia. He's not really, because I mean, Justin Fields ended up transferring and he was a big scrambler.
Yeah.
They've always been more of a pocket passer.
Exactly.
Nico did use his legs a lot more this game.
Which that is when it gets offense going. It gives him more confidence. Yeah. It gets us moving the chains up the field.
And guess what he did that I was preaching the last couple weeks?
Yeah, what did he do?
Fake a handoff, keep it.
Option.
Keep it, Nico.
Yeah.
I would.
But he also had that. He had that little option.
Oh yeah.
And I was worried. I was like, oh my god, if this gets if the option like somehow got intercepted, I was like, it's over.
But I mean, then we saw where he scrambled, and got hit and threw an interception. But we also saw where he scrambled and hit that bomb to Thornton.
Him throwing that interception, less of him throwing the interception, more of him getting hit, causing the.
But also, you gotta get the ball
for
out.
Sure.
He knew somebody was about to hit him.
But for sure, I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like he went through his mind.
Yeah.
Chose the target, made a really good pass, and it got picked off. It was literally like, I'm falling out of bounds. I'm going to try to throw it, got hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See,
Like,
I
it's
feel
different.
like my mind, if I was an SEC quarterback, I would be paranoid as absolute hell.
Oh yeah.
Which
I would get the
expect to
snap,
be
throw it
hit
out of
every
bounds.
second. Yeah.
That would be me.
Expect
Intentional grounding.
everything.
I love this. Irrelevant. I'm still loving how that play call of Jalen Milroe faking the quarterback sneak. That's just genius. Like,
Yeah.
faking it.
Did you see where they ran an actual, or it's probably one of those quarterback sneaks. They ran it a few times, but where the wide receivers out there faked a jump shot.
Shooting fadeaways.
Dude, that was so stupid.
I see everybody's complaining about it.
Well, I saw a lot of people say, like, what would happen if Nick Saban was still on that sideline? You think they'd be doing that?
Jarrell.
Yeah, he would. Nick Saban would be making those guys run bleachers in Neyland Stadium until the game ended.
Hey, go run circles around the band, boys.
Yeah, they'd be going up and down all through Neyland Stadium.
Oh my gosh.
Up and down the stairs the rest of the game.
But
Probably
I feel like
the
it could
people got
also
off the
be
field.
a good, confusion tactic. Because all the action's happening in the middle.
I don't think
The
that's what that
corners
was.
never really
I think they were just. I
make
think
a
they were
difference
just.
on those plays anyway.
I don't know. But anyways, college football was great this week. We got a lot to look forward to. NFL action. I gotta say, I'm gonna rub it in both of y'all's faces. I'm gonna rub it in both. Look at me.
I'm looking.
I'm looking.
Jordan Love beat C.J. Stroud and the Texans at home. Didn't cover. 1-2 on a game-winning field goal. Game-winning drive from my boy Love.
Dude, I was literally
Green Bay won.
I was messing
Shout
with
out. Shout out.
Okay.
Y'all both picked the Texans to win.
Talk your shit. I appreciate it.
yeah.
You got it this week.
Dude,
I am.
look, I'm more of a CJ Stroud guy than I am a Jordan Love guy.
That's fine.
But
10 of
I
what?
was just messing with you. I said he's washed. I was just kidding.
No, I know. But
Okay. I
y'all
was-
both
I-
picked the Texans to win. And CJ Stroud went 10 of 21, 86 total yards, no touchdowns.
I did
That's
see
rough.
that.
That's
Yeah.
rough. I didn't
Green
watch,
Bay's defense is really good. by
honestly
the way.
didn't watch a lot of NFL.
It may have
this
been
week.
the unis. I ain't gonna lie.
The unis were
Those are-
nice. Like, I wish whenever I was seeing pictures of them, especially when they were announced,
Yeah.
that they had some yellow on the helmet. I know a lot of people were saying that.
It's just
it
that
just
logo
looked a little
kinda throws
bland.
me off.
But seeing
Looks like
them
a
out
Saints Row H, if you know what I mean.
yeah, well, like seeing them out on the field, they looked clean as hell.
Yeah.
And I appreciated them. I wish we would have worn them like more in the wintertime. If we're gonna call them our
Wear 'em
winter
for a whiteout.
winter warning, and it's 70 degrees at Lambeau Field, like
Yeah.
that doesn't feel right. But regardless, look good. Packers look good as a team. Shout out to what's the kicker's name? I have to look it up. But he had a lot of.
Was it Colton? What was the one dude?
It's not Zerline, is it? I don't know why that name popped up.
Who was the
No.
one dude that cost y'all the game last year versus 49ers?
Oh, that was
Robbie Gold.
I already forgot his name.
Coulter or something?
No, Anders Carlson.
Andrew.
Yeah,
Resign him, Pax. Come on,
No.
resign him.
no. What was his name? Let me find it. He had Brandon McManus.
Yeah.
He had some issues. I don't exactly remember because he's been in the NFL for a long time.
Long-time Broncos kicker.
Really
Yeah.
nice. So he's been in the NFL. He's a veteran, but he had some like legal issues happen where like teams kicked him off, wouldn't sign him. And it turned out like it was all false. I don't exactly know all the details of what it was, but signed him at the beginning of the week. He kicks a game-winning field goal for Green Bay. Got a little Lambeau leap at the end. Shout out Brandon McManus.
Good for him.
Shout out Green Bay.
One of the best celebrations in the NFL.
Yeah,
I will
Lambeau
say.
leap. Joe Mixon ran a touchdown in and tried to Lambeau leap, and they pushed him out.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I like seeing
Was
that.
that a away team? Was he a away
Yeah,
player? doing
yeah,
it?
yeah.
That's funny.
So
I didn't know what the Lambo leap was until you told me.
Former Bengal that I was happy that we let go.
Oh, really? Well, was he trouble?
He's just inconsistent.
Oh, okay.
Mixon.
He'd have a year where
I
he'd
got
run
him on
for
my-
1,200
yeah,
yards,
I
and
got
then
him on
he'd
my
have a year
fantasy-
where he'd run for 600.
I got him on my
He's just
fantasy team.
inconsistent.
He's been a dog on my fantasy. I will say.
The one game I did watch though was the Tampa Bay versus Baltimore game.
Yeah, that was a shootout. I mean, Baltimore went up by a lot, and Tampa Bay came back.
Man, Baker Mayfield. Look, he's been great this year, and I think he's an MVP candidate, right?
He's probably up there.
He was. he threw like 2 picks in a row. In this
Oh, really?
game. Did you watch it at all?
I didn't watch it. I was working.
Yeah, I think Baltimore went up pretty much at the beginning, but then I think they made it a close game in the 4th. Tampa Bay, which is usual Baltimore behavior.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, that's what the 4th game in a row that Baltimore's won. 5th game maybe.
Yeah, they're on a roll for sure.
Yeah, starting off 0-2.
Guess who else is on a roll?
My Cincinnati Bengals.
They won what, 2 games in a row?
Well, we finally beat Cleveland in Cleveland for the first time in Joe Burrow's career. As
That's
odd as that
hilarious.
sounds.
Diddy Watson towards Achilles.
Football gods got him.
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
Which I don't know how everybody feels about him, but I mean, I hate to see a person get hurt.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
But now, the benefit of it, we have Jameis Winston.
Yes. the greatest
Dorian, they
Florida
actually
State quarterback ever.
they actually put him. They put Dorian Thompson-Robinson in after Deshaun Watson got out.
Really?
I thought it would have been Jameis Winston.
Did y'all see that?
You gotta put old W Winston in. Come on.
But Thompson Robinson also got hurt that game, so they
Really?
did. End
I
up
think
putting him
they've
in.
actually signed an emergency.
Well, they got Zappy.
Yeah.
Bailey Zappi. So,
but yeah.
Winston should get the start this week.
Jameis Winston in that interview is so funny.
Oh yeah, dude.
The way he's talking.
He's one of my favorite characters in NFL history.
Yeah.
Never disappoints.
Just so so funny. Like, I mean, he was kind of trouble back in the day at Florida State.
Yeah, he was.
Stealing them crab legs.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm sure there was some other things, but I mean, it seems like he's grown up probably.
Yeah.
But now he's just so hilarious. Like, my God. We do wish. I mean, I personally do wish for a good recovery for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I don't want to see anyone injured or anything like that.
Yeah, especially Achilles injury.
You know, every action has an equal.
An opposite
Consequence.
reaction.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Albert Einstein.
So
I think, pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, chat. Clip it, but don't clip
I think,
it. But
I
clip
think it was
everything.
Isaac Newton. If I'm being honest.
Might have been.
Fact check. Fact check me, please. Did Isaac Newton say every action has an equal or opposite reaction, or was it Einstein? Put in the comments.
Or was it someone else?
No, it's only those. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but yeah, that was the only game I really did watch. Though, did Carolina play? I knew
They played.
Washington.
yeah.
Got
And
spanked.
Jane Daniels got hurt.
he did.
really like.
Yeah.
Believe it's a
seriously?
rib injury.
Okay, so it could be
He's week to week. It's not like super serious, but
Kinda like Jordan Love.
he might
Yeah.
miss a week or two.
just how Jordan was.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad that y'all season didn't end because of that?
Yeah, dude. I really am.
Yeah, I
I,
bet.
really am.
Yeah.
Malik Willis came in, held it down for us, 2-0. Love came back, lost week 1 and week 4. So Malik Willis was 2-0. Jordan Love was 0-2. But
That's not
he
a
seems-
reflection of the quarterback situation.
no, not at all.
Bench Jordan Love.
Yeah, no. But he seems to be healthy, and we've won 3 in a row now. So we're 5-2.
So what's next week's slate? Because like I'm gonna try to watch a little more.
Well, the Packers play at Jacksonville, -4.5 favorites. And boys, I will tell you right. Oh my goodness, this was already my feeling. Green Bay -4.5. It's a trap game.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I just saw 93% of the money, 88% of the bets are on the Packers.
So you think that Trevor Lawrence is gonna go and
Take Jacksonville money line.
I mean, they did.
Really?
They did
Yes.
stomp.
It is
New
a trap
England.
game, boys. It's a trap game.
he is paranoid as hell.
No, I mean, I've seen it happen time and time
Has
again. This is-
Jacksonville been playing that good? You think?
No, not at all. They
But you
have.
think
They've
that's why?
been in London for 2 weeks, so
Oh, okay.
they're coming back. There might be some jet lag and all that. I'm sure they'll be fine by Sunday. But it's a 1:00 game, humid Florida heat in Jacksonville. We don't seem to do good in Florida like ever. Aaron Rodgers' career numbers in the state of Florida were awful. Who knows? Maybe Jordan Love breaks that curse, but I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay won and covered, and we should, win by a touchdown or 2. But this is
So to
I'm
take-
smelling some stanky shit right now.
Okay, so
I'm smelling some stanky shit.
gross. Okay, so to take.
Yeah, it's in
I'm gonna,
Duval County.
okay, so I'm gonna take your advice. I'll take Jacksonville then.
Yeah.
What about you, Griffin?
See, I'm gonna stick with the Packers.
Okay,
Just-
you're the normal person.
Jacksonville's 2-5.
Yeah,
They're
Packers
just-
5-2.
They're too
no reason to think
inconsistent.
that the Packers should lose this, besides maybe them getting a little too hot. These are athletes at the top of their game.
I mean,
Yeah.
humidity in Florida is terrible.
It's
Yeah,
different.
but that's not their first time playing there.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's played in Florida at some point, but
Exactly. So, but are you taking Jacksonville to beat your Packers?
I mean, I'm gonna say I don't bet on my teams, but I will say the Packers will win just as a fan. But
Yeah.
don't be surprised if Jacksonville wins that game
Or
outright.
keeps it close.
Keeps it close.
Okay.
I doubt Green Bay wins by 5 or more. I will say that. What's another game we got going this week? I was just looking at it.
Cincinnati's got a wideout going this week.
Versus who?
At home against Philadelphia. -1.5 favorites.
That's gonna be a good game.
And it's a 1:00 game, right?
Correct.
That's gonna be a good game. I'm excited for that one.
It's an early slate.
See, I love the whiteout jerseys, but save them for the night games.
Or
Yeah.
for the winter games.
Yeah.
Snowborough is
the
insane.
Eagles,
Y'all ain't ready for snow.
Yeah,
bro.
he's a bad man.
Snowborough.
He's a bad man when that
Joe
snow
Snow.
comes. Yeah.
The Eagles had a good game last week against the Giants. It is the Giants.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Saquon Barkley revenge game.
Yeah. The Bengals being favorites is kind of eyebrow raising for me. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. I do think.
Because what's the Eagles' record? They're probably what
I have to
3
look at
and
it.
I think they're
4
yeah
and 3.
they're
Yeah, something like
they're
that.
they're a little at 500 or barely below or like they're hovering right
Yeah.
there.
4-2.
Okay.
Oh really?
4-2,
The Eagles? Okay. Okay.
It should be 3-3 if the Packers would have won.
Okay.
Week 1.
Okay. But what's Cincy's record? They're still losing.
We're 3 and 4 now.
See, it's on the up and up. It's on the up and up. When I left that Cincy
Y'all
game,
started out 0-4?
0-3.
0 and 3.
0-3, then 1-4. Yeah.
When I left the Cincy game, all the fans were disheartened like crazy.
Yeah,
They're
I
like,
bet.
the season's over, man. And I'm like, it may be, but I don't think so.
I mean, just wait till we play Baltimore next.
until the
Well,
Just wait.
until
y'all
the
had
Bengals.
a chance.
Just wait till we play Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Just wait.
So y'all, Cincinnati literally had multiple opportunities in that game to win. Literally, it went to overtime. Lamar Jackson, they get the ball first. They fumble. All McPherson has to do is kick a field goal.
Well, I mean,
And-
you can't run the ball 3 straight plays when you have Joe Burrow to set up a 53,
Yeah.
54-yard field goal.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, y'all had the chance to win.
It's play calling.
Multiple chances. Y'all were up by 10 the whole game, going to the fourth
Yeah.
till Lamar put that spanking on you. I told, and this is no bullshit. I said, McKenzie, he's about to cook. Lamar's about to cook. And I was just talking shit. I didn't really know if he was really going to legit
Yeah.
bring them back. He ended up proving me right. Thank God.
Yeah.
My God. But we'll see. Did y'all play him again, though?
Yeah, surely at some
At
point.
the end of the year?
Probably.
Twice a year, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the Ravens only play the Commanders like once every 4 years or something like
Something
crazy.
like that.
They're
They
out
said
of
that.
conference.
They said that
so-
on the TV when they were playing. So.
Ravens are at the Browns this week, a division matchup, -9.5 point.
Take the
favorites.
Ravens.
Yeah, come on, give me Ravens.
Also, another game that is one-sided. Detroit hosts Tennessee, -10.5 point favorites.
Give me Tennessee.
98% of the money and 90% of the bets are on Detroit to cover -10.5. That might
Tennessee's-
scream trap game.
You know-
Tennessee's
you
going to
know-
squeak it out.
You know, I saw a stat, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, that the Detroit Lions have had more fourth quarter touchdowns the last 4 weeks than they've had incompletions.
Really?
It's 18-16.
So they're
That's
rolling.
crazy.
Yeah.
Give me Tennessee, though, for real.
Mason Rudolph is getting the start, not Will Levis. They're benching Levis. Maybe it's injury related. I'm not sure.
Or meme. No memes this week.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll have something on the sideline still. He'll probably trip over a Gatorade bottle or something.
Slip on a banana peel.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Titans, that might be a trap
It
game
really
too.
could be. It could be.
could be.
It probably isn't, but it
The Titans defense is good, man.
Really?
They're not bad.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
but
Josh Allen kind of cooked him last week.
but no DeAndre Hopkins.
That's very true.
But he also wasn't the most he wasn't targeted as much, was he?
I mean, he did more damage last season, but
Yeah.
wasn't he coming off injury last season? Or was it
think
a suspension?
That was his first year with Tennessee. He just got traded to the Chiefs. So
like literally today. Right?
Patrick Mahomes got another weapon.
I saw
Which
the
I mean, he
notification
kind of
on my
needed.
way to work.
Yeah. So
Which Patrick Mahomes did need it.
Yeah,
he literally
he's-
is the worst quarterback, one of the worst quarterbacks right now in the NFL. I don't mean that as like an all-time thing. I just mean like currently
6
right now.
touchdowns, 8 interceptions
Yeah, like-
on the year, but
like-
they are 6-0.
Yeah, but literally, if you close your eyes and someone said that, you would think that they're a bottom tier quarterback, and he is right now. But that doesn't mean he won't kick into high gear. I did say at the beginning of the year that the whole team would have a Super Bowl hangover. It's just looking like more Patrick Mahomes having that. So
The
maybe
Chiefs
we'll get out of it.
Chiefs are at the Raiders minus 9.5 point
Ooh.
favorites.
Damn it, they're gonna be 7-0. Are we serious?
90% of the money, 82% of the bets are on Kansas City.
Is there any chance that the Raiders win? Because I do not want them to be continued.
They've
Well,
lost.
I mean, Derek Carr's not their quarterback, so I mean, they
They've
might
lost.
have a chance.
They've lost Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
Max Crosby's up in the air right now. I'm sure he'll keep playing,
he'll
but
get traded to Detroit.
that's what I've heard. But they benched Gardner Minshew a couple weeks ago for Aiden O'Connell. He's a second-year quarterback
believe
out of
so.
Purdue.
Yeah.
So minus 9.5. That's a lot of points for
Oh,
a
man.
Chiefs team that. I mean, they haven't looked bad. They're obviously 6-0,
Yeah,
but they
the
haven't
only
looked,
undefeated team.
they haven't looked like the Chiefs. But that's still so crazy to say because they're 6-0.
They're the only undefeated team left. Yeah.
Two Super Bowls in a row, undefeated right now. So
I think this
I'm
is,
not betting against Patrick Mahomes. I'm staying away from that.
Me
game.
too. I'm not doing that. This is Lamar in the Ravens' year to win a championship, or Joe Burrow's.
They're coming back.
But I
But
do
I will
think
say,
it's one of them.
football gods, please humble the Chiefs.
Please,
Yeah.
please spare us.
You got Deshaun. Now you need to get Patrick. Come on.
No injury. Just mean like maybe
No injury,
yeah.
but have Kermit keep playing like crap.
Yes, just
Kermit.
literally. Yeah. Don't please no injuries. Just like
Kermit the
Yeah.
Mahomes.
just have him please keep throwing a little more interceptions and
Yeah.
touchdowns. I mean, that's all I'm
Yeah.
asking.
I'll
And
put-
just no Taylor Swift Super Bowl, please.
yes.
Because I think there's it was a stupid rumor probably, but they were like Roger Goodell was so mad that Travis Kelce didn't propose after they won. It was
Well,
like,
Travis Kelce 0 touchdowns this year.
good. Keep it that
He's
way.
washed.
He's washed. He's overrated. Gronk is better. That's it.
I can name 5 tight ends that are better.
Go ahead, do it. I bet.
Gronk, Tony Gonzalez, Jason Witten, Dallas Clark,
Aaron Hernandez.
and Shannon Sharp. I wasn't ready for that.
I do agree with the Shannon Sharp take though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp.
Wow, 3 Super
for sure.
Bowls. Right.
And you know what? I forgot Antonio Gates. I'll
You
also
said,
throw
you said
that
Tony
name.
Gonzalez, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, that's such a good list. Man, no offense, Travis Kelce, but you kind of a little weird. You're not the best.
You're lucky there are no other tight ends that are being used to your, usage.
Does Travis Kelce, if they do get married, does he change his last name?
He just needs to change his profession. I don't want to see him playing football. No offense, dude. You're probably a great
Stick
dude.
to the commercials, even though they're bad.
Exactly. Like I'm
Man, so much. I didn't expect all this
No,
Kelce
they're-
slander, dude.
they're-
Wait.
I didn't.
slander. It's the truth. Gronk is better. Gronk is way
Easily better.
Like
I said he's
hate
got-
when people compare them to.
I'd take Dallas Clark any day over
Like-
Travis Kelce.
Shannon Sharp's better, like you
Yeah.
said. That's a good one. I didn't think about.
We do have a potential banger Sunday night football.
You know what? Greg Olson's better than Travis
Still
Kelce.
going.
Oh yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, Griffin.
Kellen Winslow.
Dang,
Bubba Franks.
Griffin's coming out swinging, dude. He pulled out Jason Witten. That's a good Tennessee pull too.
Mercedes Lewis.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Another one.
We're just naming tight ends at this point.
Mike Evans.
Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta.
He wasn't as dead say. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll roll with it.
Give Laporta 5 years. We'll talk about it.
Like I said, a potential banger Sunday nights. Cowboys at the 49ers. The Dallas Cowgirls have struggled this year. And the 49ers have struggled staying healthy.
Injury
Let me go
golly.
find
Yeah,
how many.
Ricky Pearsall, who got shot 2 months
Yeah.
ago, wide receiver 1 now.
And he's back.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
back.
by the way, speaking of the 49ers, remember Ocho called the Devontae Adams trade? You remember that, Scholar? Chad
Oh
Johnson?
yeah, people have been talking about that for like a
called,
year or two.
Well, he called it the
Yeah.
night of. He knew about it.
The night
He
of.
texted a group chat at a certain time saying that Adams was on a jet to New York and
No,
all
I
that
didn't
stuff.
know that. I didn't know.
And
that.
he called it. He's saying Cooper Kupp to the 49ers or the Bucks.
See,
Yeah,
I
I've
feel like
heard
the
where-
Rams wouldn't trade him in the division, though.
I've heard where he is.
Yeah, we'll see.
He is getting shopped around.
I mean,
a
he
little
did
bit.
get a Super Bowl for the Rams. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd hate to see him get traded to a rival.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, if it's anything like that DeAndre Hopkins trade, which was like
Nothing.
and Andy
a bag
Reid's
of fries.
Yeah, Andy Reid's, unfinished ribs on a plate, and a 85th round draft pick. Then,
Oh my God.
I don't think that they do it, but maybe if
What
they
was
can,
it? A conditional fourth and a conditional sixth?
yeah, like something like what?
So back to the 49ers, we have all these people that
Because isn't
are
Juwan Jennings also hurt?
yes.
Really?
So obviously Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk just tore his ACL.
Isn't C-Mac, isn't that the curse of the Madden cover?
Yeah.
Is that still happening?
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Debo Samuel was hospitalized this week due to pneumonia.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I was seeing about that leading up to the Sunday night game.
George Kittle has a foot injury.
Very bad foot injury.
George Kittle is also better than Travis
Yes,
Kelce.
yes, I will say that.
Without question.
God, I love you.
We got there. I think he's a cornerback, Hufanga, a wrist injury. Dre Greenlaw, their linebacker, an Achilles injury. Jake Moody, their kicker, with an ankle injury. Juwan Jennings with a hip injury.
So
And Javon Hargrave with a triceps injury.
So literally, who is Brock Purdy supposed to pass it to?
I don't know.
Like, what's he supposed to do?
I don't know.
If they do bad, it is not on him.
But
I'm
guess
sorry.
who's favored 4.5 points against the Cowboys?
The
Well, okay, that's not
49ers.
shocking. The Cowgirls are pretty trash.
The
This year.
49ers are at home, minus 4.5 point favorites to the Cowboys. But with all those injuries, it's like,
It's kind of ridiculous.
because this offense, mostly on offense, but also some major defensive injuries too. Who knows if some of those players can play this week?
I hope the Cowgirls lose out every game of this year. I cannot
Yeah.
stand the Cowboys. I literally cannot. I'm sorry. Sorry, Matthew.
We'll see. For Weldon's sake, he hates the 49ers.
I may
with
take the Cowboys in
everything
that
him.
game, though.
I'm also going to take the Cowboys.
Give me 49ers. I'm going to be contrarian. Give me 49ers.
I just feel like
just because I hate the Cowboys.
there's too many injuries.
That's fair. And they're probably going to win. But if I'm right,
Dak could
it'd be
also
even better.
throw 3 interceptions to the backup cornerback.
yeah.
Exactly.
So, like,
Because he's
Who
just
knows?
that guy.
yeah, he is that guy.
Yeah. But I think another one was it Minnesota versus Los Angeles?
That is Thursday night football this
Yeah.
week. That
If
is
the-
tomorrow night.
Hopefully the video's out by then.
I don't think it will be, boys.
Okay, that's fine.
This is probably coming out on Friday.
Okay,
this is Wednesday night, by
This
the
is
way.
Wednesday. So
Yeah. So we got the Rams at home against the Vikings tomorrow night, Thursday. Vikings minus 3 point favorites.
okay.
And 89% of the money, 90% of the bets are on the Vikings. Every time I say that, when it's so one sided, it means like you might want to go the other way.
Didn't Vikings just drop a game last week?
They did. It was a banger to Detroit. They were up like 10-0 at one point,
I think so.
and then
yeah.
Detroit kind of made it a game, and then it was kind of back and forth, and the Lions won on a field goal with like 30
okay.
seconds left, something like that.
Well, Sam Darnold looks really good, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly a toss up. I'll tell you right.
Yeah, I don't know if Cooper Kupp's gonna be playing or not.
Yeah, unless he gets
He
traded.
might make an appearance this game. They might keep
Or-
him.
Which, when's the official trade dedeadline? Is it week 9 or
Election
is it week
day.
10? Okay.
Oh, is it?
So
It
we've
is on
got
election day.
got
A lot of
a whole
news
nother
gonna be
month.
coming that day.
Not a whole nother
Some very
month,
important
like
news, like
weeks.
is Cooper Kupp.
It's like less than 3 weeks. I guess. What is that? Normally a
No,
Tuesday.
It's literally like 12 days away, I think.
Yeah. So
Election day is November 5th.
5th.
So
Okay.
5 plus today's the 23rd.
Yeah.
So that's like 13 days.
2 weeks from yesterday. So 13 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go vote, everybody.
Yeah, go vote.
Go
Go
vote.
Go vote.
I guess.
I,
If you want.
I early voted.
Do
so-
your justice.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, Griffin, I don't know if you can talk about it, but
Yeah,
Let's
I don't
just
know
say-
if I can talk
yeah,
about it.
but you don't got to say anything. But he is a grand juror. Just
Oh yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Big Shot over here,
Yeah.
kind of making sure people don't go to prison or
Let's
anything.
move on. Oh,
It's
sorry.
Sevier County.
Let's move on before the
he's-
FBI shows
He's
up.
the man of the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Literally is the man of the people.
So, boys, we didn't talk about this before, but we did mention it last week that we would put together $1 million parlay.
I'll let you
Okay.
boys handle that one.
We each have to put a pick in.
Okay.
I'll put a pick in, but
Okay.
I need to up my knowledge.
Okay. After this, I want to.
Either college plays or NFL plays, one pick each.
Okay, I'm gonna go on DraftKings.
All right.
And I'll
Shout out DraftKings.
Please sponsor us.
I did have a pick, but I did not write it down, and I forgot.
Okay. So if we're trying to be fun with it, this is gonna be on your thing, Skylar, because you did win so much money last night, right?
I want a little plus 465 parlay on opening night.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do college football. So if you want to go to the college football section,
You better not steal my Game Boy.
You got a Game Boy?
I got a Game Cube.
I'm not pulling up the Boise State game. Don't worry.
No.
I'm gonna do Texas.
Game.
I'm going Texas Vandy. Put Vandy down to win.
Oh, bro, come on.
I know.
We're trying to win this parlay. What about Vandy plus money or plus 18 and a half?
Don't do money line. Do to cover the spread.
Okay. All right. We'll put that down. All right. Griff, you said you have a game?
I'll say LSU and Texas A&M.
Okay. What's your pick?
I'll say, is LSU favored?
LSU plus 2.5.
I'll take
At Kyle
A&M
Field.
to cover.
Minus 2.5?
Yeah.
You could go money line if you want, just to be safe.
What's the money line?
Minus
Outright?
minus 137. Money line is like they win the game, yeah.
What?
Sure, I'll go money line.
All right, Texas A&M money line.
While you're at it, Skylar, put Oregon to win versus Illinois for money line,
What happened to the one pick per person?
and then put Alabama
Yes.
to beat Missouri.
Oh, here we go.
That's this guy.
All right, so you said Oregon.
Dude, BYU is set to lose versus UCF.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do we want to
BYU's undefeated. There is
Which I did
88% of the
watch
money.
UCF come back on TCU.
UCF's
and
not a bad team.
They're
I'm staying away from BYU. I don't want to do
they're
that.
in about the middle tier of the Big 12, like that
That's crazy.
5-6 range. Because I know the Big 12's probably 16 teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if this wins, how's this money going to work?
You
Skylar?
said
No, I'm just kidding.
You said Oregon minus 18. Wait,
No, just put Oregon to win.
that's minus 1800 though.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay, all right.
What's
Oregon
the big
to
deal?
win and Alabama to win minus 900. So right now with those four plays, we're at plus 287. I need one pick, and I'm gonna go to the NFL just to change it up a little bit. I had a pick. Where is the pick?
I was about to say, you can't throw the World Series into that, could you?
Need one just for the weekend, unless you want to do like the first game or
I believe game one's tonight.
Oh, wait. Who's
Yeah.
playing?
Dodgers and the Yankees. As I predicted,
So wait.
what was that, 2 weeks ago, Scott?
yeah, that was yeah.
So
you
it's
did-
Dodgers.
you did a
Wait,
good
who's
job.
on the Dodgers?
The Dodgers have Ohtani.
Oh,
and
gosh. And
Freddie
then
Freeman.
So it's
and-
literally Ohtani versus Judge
Oh, it's Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton is their big
in the
three.
World Series.
Yes.
Wow. That's like Showtime. Like they had to have rigged that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I also saw a stat, and it's kind of embarrassing because apparently the Dodgers and Yankees salaries combined is 5 of the Cincinnati Reds teams.
Wow.
Like, that's
Really?
how much more money
Wow.
both of those
their
teams
market.
spend,
It's the bigger market.
which I will always pitch for. Baseball needs a salary cap.
That's fair. And drug testing. No. Right? Didn't they get rid of steroid testing?
They may have,
I
but I
thought
believe they still give out suspensions for PEDs because
I-
Noel V. Marte, the Reds' third baseman, sat out the first 80 games of this year,
Oh, okay.
Because of the
So he only
PED
missed like a
suspension.
fraction of the season, right?
half of the season,
I was just kidding. That's
which
cool.
maybe cut the MLB from 162 games to about 125, 140.
I'm pretty adamant that like the regular seasons of most American major sports are too long,
yeah,
especially baseball, but also NBA. I don't think an 82 game
I think-
schedule is
I think-
necessary.
52 to 60
Yeah.
is probably the best.
Yeah. I mean, you could have like 2 or 3 games a week.
Yeah.
I mean, that may be already what they do, but cut it down 2 games a week. I don't know.
Because I wouldn't say like, start it later. Like,
Mhm.
college basketball starts in December,
Yeah.
late November. I wouldn't say do it that much, but maybe,
Just have less
you know,
games.
yeah.
Literally. I mean, you have I don't know. I do
Like, how
think-
many back-to-backs does each team have?
Are you talking about NFL?
NBA.
Or I'm sorry, NBA, not MLB.
Because I know back-to-backs in MLB is a big thing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I bet.
Like, they'll play a 4 or 5 game series and play it
Mm-hmm.
straight consecutive days in a row, then take a 2-3 day break.
Yeah.
All right, boys, back to the parlay. I got it. So we have a 5-leg parlay right now with the 2 additions you made. Vanderbilt plus 18.5. Texas A&M money line. Oregon money line. Alabama money line. And my pick, Houston Texans minus 5.5 at home against the Colts.
Okay.
Joe Flacco
Right now-
might cook, but
Right now, those odds plus 652. I was really thinking about, instead of that play, I was torn between that one or the Dallas Cowboys plus 4.5. And I just don't know if I want to.
not this year.
I kind of do, though.
I mean, it's up to you. I ain't going to stop you.
I'm going to go with my gut. I'm taking out the Houston game because my first bet was Cowboys.
Okay. And
Plus
we'll post a
4.5.
screenshot.
Cowboys plus 4.5. Final odds on that one plus 624 right now.
How many you can put $5 on it?
I ain't telling what I'm putting.
What? Okay. Well, you just can put the picks on there.
Because then
Yeah,
what
I'm just gonna
happens
show
if
pictures.
every single one hits?
That's
Then
all.
we make money. I mean, I'm putting money on it. I'm not going to
Yeah,
announce
yeah.
how much money I'm putting on it, though. But yeah, it's going to be in the $5 range.
Okay.
We'll cut that out.
Okay. That's cool, though. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I mean, I'm pretty sure Alabama beat Missouri pretty easily.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
If the backup quarterback starting and playing all good.
I will say, if this parlay loses because Oregon loses to Illinois, I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be mad at you.
Do something. No, for real. I honestly, I do think Oregon will win. I mean, I don't know, though. Number 1 team in the country this year. I don't know if
'Cause
they've had.
Do they play Penn State?
Who's that?
Oregon?
Oregon, I can check their schedule real quick.
Because I'm pretty sure the Big Ten's doing the same thing the SEC did and got rid of the divisions. It's
Oh,
just
cool.
the top 2.
Cool. I don't think my picks are going to fall through. I don't think so.
Oregon does not play Penn State this year. So I'm
See,
sure
come on.
they might.
What's up with the Big Ten schedule?
I know.
You
Might-
got to give them. We gave Texas the full ringer. You got to give. You got to give
Oklahoma.
Oregon the full ringer. Come on.
They might meet in the championship game at this point. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
Which I'll still Penn State's frauds.
think so. Yeah. Are
Every
they number
Penn
3
State,
now?
I was about to say every Penn State
they're
team
not
I've seen
a
under
team.
James Franklin has choked at some point.
Almost lost to USC.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Guys. NBA started.
it did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. What
Shout out to the Lakers.
Yes.
Shout out to that's why I wore my jersey today. Dalton Connect.
Yes.
Like I said, this is my Alex Caruso jersey, but
35 points in preseason. 20 of the last 22 points.
yeah,
That's just preseason.
went into overtime.
But you can't
Six,
discount it.
Was it 6 or 7 from 3 in that span?
I think he hit, and he hit 8 altogether.
The basket's the same size in preseason. That's all I know.
Dude, literally, they were down. It was like 107 to 113. There was like 50 something seconds left for about like a minute. And Dalton Connect gets a switch with Bol on him. Bol is 7'3". Dalton Connect shoots a 3.
In his face.
Cash automatically.
Dagger.
Yep. So I don't know how the play played out after that, but
Hubert Bertelkamp.
but it goes to about 10 seconds left. Dalton Connect gets the ball. It's 110 from the last shot he made. It's still 113. I guess Phoenix didn't score.
Yeah.
Who's guarding him again? Poor Bol, man.
Bowl.
Bol's just trying to get his spot settled in the NBA. He's
Yeah.
jumped around a few teams.
I believe it's 4 or 5 at this
Yeah.
point.
Nuggets. I think he played for Orlando.
He played for the Pistons there for
Yeah.
a short stint.
But he's just-
Orlando.
but now he's just trying to get settled with Phoenix.
Yeah.
Dalton Connect. My boy had to come up.
Had to do it to him.
With 6 seconds left, he ties it with another 3, a dagger 3. And then they go into overtime, and it just continues. There was one, this dude just like pushed him out of bounds, and he hit it. It's just preseason, man. It's just preseason. But still,
Dog.
he he was the biggest steal of the draft. I'm going to say that, unless someone in the second round goes on to have like a Manu Ginobili type career. Currently, he is the biggest steal, going 17th.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lakers needed him because he's ready. He's on LeBron's timeline. He's ready to play.
What, 24,
23?
23?
Well, 23 going to 24.
Okay.
He's on the timeline. He doesn't need to develop. I mean, obviously everyone develops, but he doesn't. He's not an 18-year-old.
Yeah, he's not Bronny.
Yeah, exactly. How about that? That was history made last night.
Yeah, that was really cool to see.
I wish Bronny would have hit that three when they passed it to him. That would have made it.
Right when he got in. Yeah.
But
he got in for a few minutes. And shout out to
JJ Redick. Dude.
I was exactly
coaching
dude. I was
his
just
ass
about
off.
to say that.
Coaching his ass
It's so
off.
nice to see us with an actual coach who knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you'd have Darvin Ham with his.
Give it till February. He's gonna do something stupid.
I don't care.
Imagine
man.
imagine having Darvin Ham with hands in the box. Hey man, y'all lock it down. I like that. Like, I don't know what he said.
No,
but
I'm saying like just seeing the Lakers move the ball on offense the way
shoot
they
more
are.
threes, crash the boards.
Defense looked good. There was a lot of good rotations last night. I mean, the Timberwolves, they're gonna be a lot better throughout the season.
Especially Julius Randle having to mesh in.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, Anthony Edwards did his thing. He was hitting some shots last night.
He's cold.
And hey, I feel like Rob Dillingham's going to be the steal of last year's draft. Or was
this
that
this year? It was this
yeah.
year. Yeah, he's going to be really good too. Rob
Which he
Dillingham
fell,
out of
I
Kentucky.
believe, to what, 7, 8?
Yeah. But Dalton Knecht he's projected to go top 5 just of how good he was. But maybe they thought that was just an outlier year compared to the rest of his JUCO career and all that.
Yeah.
It's not an outlier. He's that guy.
He's a dog.
is him.
And like, so he came in, first shot he gets off. First shot of his NBA career is a 3.
Canned it.
God, shit rattled in. It was that's my favorite shot in basketball.
Just like it rattled in all the time at Thompson Bowling Arena. It was really cool to see. He hit a lot of those.
That's my favorite shot when it doesn't swish, but
It just
love that because it's just like, oh, I'm that guy. I let it go. I made it go in, and then he goes in. He does a adjustment layup. Had to adjust midair, but
Lakers looked pretty good last night. I was a little surprised. I mean, they were up by 10 to 15 pretty much the whole
It's
game.
consistent.
And then Minnesota made a final push in the fourth quarter.
Which it's never, no team's ever safe in the fourth if you're up by 15. It used to be back in 2007.
Yeah.
Not anymore. That's child's play.
The final score was 110 to 103. So
Anthony Davis with a 36 point.
AD came out.
Was like 15 rebounds maybe.
Yeah, he looked like
Ridiculous.
it was his team.
It probably is. He
his
played
team.
76 games last year, I think.
Yeah. I think barring injury, I hope he stays healthy. We all know he's battle injuries.
Love to see a healthy AD though.
Yeah,
he looked really good. And did you watch the Celtics Knicks game?
I didn't watch it, but I saw how good they looked.
Ridiculous.
29 threes.
Yeah, they tried to break the record,
and then they missed like the last 13 or something that.
It was crazy watching them.
They needed one more to break the record.
It's almost like that middle school team that was so good that they'd be up, and now they're just trying to get stuff done in the fourth quarter at the end of the game. They put the bench in, and they're trying to hit threes. They would get the rebound, throw it back out. Jaylen Brown shoot it, missed it, throw it back out to like Sam Hauser.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown missing it because I had him under 24.5 points last night and he had 23.
Wow.
Keep hitting my mic. I'm so sorry, Chad.
That's a crazy.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't my parlay. I got it from a friend.
So given how
shout out Josh.
And we have some games on that are on right now. We're not able to watch. So, but right now let's give a little prediction, kind of how we did with the NFL, kind of what the whole season will play out, and like who's going to win the West and the East, MVP. Let's kind of do that because I really basketball is my favorite, and I'll go first. So,
go first. You know more about it than I do.
So honestly, out of the West, unless the Nuggets are unable to contain the Russell Westbrook experience, which is not always a bad thing, obviously.
I feel like it'll go well.
I think it will too, because Russell Westbrook
he's not going to be asked to shoot the ball.
Yeah. Or because Jokic runs the offense.
Yeah.
Murray does.
He's going to be cutting back door. He's going to be
dunker spot.
Finding the open guy.
Aaron Gordon's on the bench.
Cutting.
Aaron Gordon's on the bench. Put Westbrook in the dunker spot.
Yeah.
So, barring that the experience of Russ Westbrook goes poorly, like how it did with the Lakers, I think they're going to win the West, personally. Unless the T-Wolves come up, clean it up with Julius Randle, Personally, I think they lost the trade. I think Knicks and the Wolves lost the trade. I don't know how you lose a trade to each other, but they did. So I think they'll either get back to the conference finals again or second round exit. But I could see a Luka versus Jokic Western Conference Finals.
That's what I'm hoping for.
If there's a lot of ifs because we don't have a lot to go off right now. But if Klay Thompson is not washed or as washed as he looked at Golden State last year, going 0 for 10 in an elimination game, it could be a toss up between the Nuggets or the Mavericks.
Which I mean, I feel like he just needs time to gel and get used to Luka.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, that's my biggest worry this season. Of course, is is Kyrie going to be healthy all season?
Yeah.
Is Luka going to be healthy all season?
Luka's and they were both injured in the
Derek
playoffs.
Lively going to be healthy all season?
Yeah.
Daniel Gafford too.
I'm leaning Nuggets make it to the finals, but don't be surprised if Mavericks go back if Klay is a really good addition.
Yeah.
They did lose. What was that? What was his name? Derek Jones.
I believe
Junior?
so, but
Derek
he's
Jones
just
Jr. Yeah, but he was a
plug-in.
really good defensive
Yeah.
player, and that's what Luka and Kyrie specifically need. Athletic players that can play defense and are really
Yeah.
quick. That's kind of how I play. I'm not athletic, but for the East, honestly, give me the Hornets. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say the Hornets. No, I think probably the Celtics can come out of it. I
Yeah.
would prefer. They're like the Chiefs of the NBA. I would hope they don't come out of it. I hope.
Well,
it's
I will
the
say
Knicks.
the odds right now in the East, Celtics are number 1 and the Knicks are number 2, and they dogged them last night. So
Where's Cleveland? Probably 4 or
Cleveland,
5.
Oh, Magic, baby. What about the Magic?
Cleveland is 5, Magic is 6.
Yeah, talk about Paolo Banchero. He's the least talked about number 1 pick besides Alex Rakishishashay or whatever. Rotisserie chicken, whatever. But you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
Paolo Banchero, don't sleep on him. He's due for another monster year.
Absolute dog.
It's only gonna keep getting better if he stays healthy and all that.
Yeah.
So Celtics versus Nuggets, or it'll be either Celtics or the Knicks, or the Nuggets versus the I'm sorry.
The Mavericks.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those 4 teams, I think.
Yeah.
I think out the West, they are the odds favorite right now. OKC.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No.
Because they
Don't
picked
think
up
so.
Caruso. They picked up one more.
Hartenstein.
Yeah, Hartenstein, which
Yeah.
he looked good in the preseason.
I respect it. I think they're one more year behind.
Well, I mean, they were the one
Personally.
seed last year.
Yeah, but
I don't know what I'm talking about, so.
but they're out in the second round.
But I know the Thunder have been the youngest team in the NBA
Yeah.
last year or two. They looked pretty good last year, made a little push. Weren't they the first seed?
Yeah.
In the West last year to make the playoffs?
Yeah,
And then-
because then I think it was them, it was OKC, and then I believe it was Nuggets and then T-Wolves.
yeah.
God, dude, I literally thought last year that the T-Wolves versus the Nuggets series was the decider of who was going to win the finals. I was so wrong. Neither of them. Obviously T-Wolves beat the Nuggets, and then the T-Wolves get absolutely dog-walked by Luka. Who do you think is going to make it to the finals, Griffin?
See, my gut wants to say Mavericks Knicks.
Wait, you didn't.
I didn't say the East.
I'm sorry,
I got
Griffin.
a question.
Sorry, Griffin.
Who in the East plays really good defense that's not Boston? Who would be able to shut Boston down? Because I don't want to just have like OKC versus Boston. We all say Boston. And,
Not Philadelphia.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking.
honestly,
Are you asking? Or are you
yeah,
like-
I'm just asking. like,
Cleveland lengthwise probably. Because
so
they've got Jared Allen and Evan Mobley.
right now
holding it down.
the odds are Celtics, Knicks, 76ers, Bucks, Cavaliers.
Oh yeah, I
Magic.
forgot about Milwaukee.
I was thinking Milwaukee. I just didn't know do they have is their
I
defense
feel
good
like
enough?
Chris Middleton's a little washed
Yes.
at this point.
Yeah.
But I hate to doubt on Giannis.
The thing is, Giannis is amazing.
yeah.
You'll see. But
We'll see.
but Damian Lillard, not great defensively.
Yeah, I did forget he was in Milwaukee.
Chris
too.
Middleton, like you were saying, is showing his age a little bit.
He can
Yeah.
hit some shots though.
Perfect on offense. I'm not
Yeah.
saying anything about offense, but defense wise, maybe showing a little bit of his age.
Yeah.
And he's injury prone. So they probably do have a good chance of beating him, especially if Dame time fires up. God, if we get like prime Lillard, if he just needed a season to adjust to Milwaukee and we get prime Lillard, my God, Bucks are winning the whole thing. But I don't think defensively they're going to stop Celtics.
I got OKC, Milwaukee, NBA Finals.
Dude, I love that. I hope that. I
For
hope
small
that happens.
markets,
Yeah, exactly.
we'll take that.
I love.
I like
love
OKC. I actually got to see. I think they beat Boston when I went, but it was at OKC. And shout out to the Thunder because in the first ever NBA 2K game that I made, they drafted me, and I had a hell of a career with them. So
See, I was always getting drafted by Atlanta, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't escape it.
I think it was Chicago for me.
I was being Jeff Teague's backup.
Dude, that was such bullshit because you'd score like 50 points in the rookie showcase.
Yeah.
And you'd get like 15th pick.
But I got to go see them play the Celtics a couple years ago in OKC. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, obviously. Grant Williams was there still, so that was cool to see. But yeah, give me OKC, Milwaukee.
I love
What
that.
about you, Griff?
And I hope that's what it is.
I'm
do too.
gonna go with Mavericks Knicks.
That would be cool too.
That would be.
Yeah, I mean, it's very competitive. The West is obviously more competitive, but with Paul George joining back in the East and with the Knicks, the Villanova Knicks kind of getting back together minus DiVincenzo, it's going to be a pretty good season. I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics just dominate the whole year.
Yeah,
Because you have a pissed off Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. He's mad he didn't even get on the team. And Al Horford made another one.
I saw this thing. It's like you're asking a revenge tour for the Celtics to go back to back. But at the same time, I feel like Jason Tatum's like 15 to 20 and superstar.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Not even put Jaylen Brown ahead of him.
He's not going to win the MVP this year. And so, speaking of that, I think, I want to say Giannis. I think he's going to have a monster year, but give me Luka.
Yeah.
Luka,
I feel like Luka
Luka
finally gets it done.
Has, like, nothing is Luka. He's had MVP years for 5 years straight.
Yeah, it's just,
I
there's
just don't
always one.
I like Luka. I don't like players that don't play defense.
He does. He's one of the most efficient defensive players.
I
He
don't
has
know.
the
I've
most
seen a lot
team
of
steals last year.
He's gotten tremendously better.
When he was on the court last year,
Yeah.
the person he was guarding, their field goal percentage was at the lowest it had been compared to being guarded by other people.
Yeah.
He had, I think he was like the top 5 in steals out of all the people on each team.
Yeah. Which I love Kyrie, but he's the biggest defensive liability that we have.
And he has,
And he'll get a stop every now
he
and
sometimes
again.
is a cone. Luka
Yeah.
is. But he was also injured last playoffs. And and you could argue everyone was injured to the end of the year, but in my opinion, he's not as he's so good offensively that it makes up and more than whatever he likes on defense. He dropped 20 in the first quarter of for the Mavericks to eliminate the T-Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
20 in the first quarter. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was Mavericks versus T-Wolves. Unreal killer, dude. He's unreal.
Did you give your MVP pick?
Give me
I'll
Luka.
take Luka, yeah.
Luka. I will go. I just had it. Hold on, let me look at it again.
Come on, not granddaddy LeBron.
Come on, dude.
Give me Dalton Connect.
I'm just giving you grief. Hey, Dalton Connect for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
Mark it down now.
Yeah.
SGA.
that's
Okay.
fair.
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
people
fair.
had him up there last year,
Yeah.
and that's fair. I don't think it happens because, God, he fished for points that pissed me off last year. Did you see that?
What do you mean by that?
So they were down by a pretty good amount. I think it was like out of reach.
He just held on to the ball and kept
He-
shooting it.
Yeah, like he went
Yeah.
for the points to make sure he got over 30 points or at 30 points because that was his thing. He's always going to drop a cool 30 on you.
Here's one play that I like, boys, for the odds and for just the heart.
Yeah, yeah.
Rookie of the Year. DK Connect 4. Dalton Connect.
Yep.
Plus 1,200.
I don't know who else.
I feel like Rob Dillingham would probably be his most.
It's gonna depend on
It
role
depends on minutes.
Right
yeah.
now, the odds favorite is Zach Edey.
I
Plus
bet.
290.
Well-
because he's gonna be getting good lobs from Ja Morant.
He's going to have all the rebounds. He's going to be getting all the free throws like he did at Purdue. It's going to be annoying to watch, but he's probably going to win. But
He's gonna be a lob threat.
Dalton
Hold my
connects.
tongue.
He
I've got
came
some.
in. He came in and dropped 5 points early, and then didn't score the rest of the game. But once he finds that rhythm and his role in the team, his defense is good. I think
Yeah,
I think he's got a shot at least.
Yeah, no.
So plus 1,200, give it to me. What about you?
I love Connect,
Yeah.
but I feel like Edie's going to get too many touches.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I
yeah.
think Edie's going to get it just because he's going to be playing more. He's super tall and can be a lob threat for Jaw. Because honestly, by the way, Jaw is due for a killer year. Not whoa.
Oh, shoot. Pause.
Poor wording choice.
Yeah.
Jaw is due for a monster year though. He really is.
He will be shooting the lights out, quote unquote.
Just remember though, when Jaw gets hot,
Going to the range.
yeah, when Jaw gets hot and he's hitting threes and he's starting to dunk on people, he can't be guarded.
Yeah.
Just no doubt. So Memphis can be a good team too with Gigi Jackson. So
Yeah, I was going to say Jaren Jackson Jr. next to Zach Edey might be insane.
Gigi Jackson, John Morant, Zach Edey, Jaren Jackson Jr.,
Jay Trippy.
They still have Marcus
Desmond
Smart.
Bain. Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain.
Yeah. They might.
No,
I'll
I'll never forget Marcus Smart.
Team to make
Solely from his Oklahoma State days where he's throwing down the most
the
insane
worst flop
lobs.
and the worst flop
Yeah,
ever.
the worst flops ever.
Team to make noise in the Western Conference is the Grizzlies this year.
Nice.
So and Lakers.
Yeah. I think the Lakers, I mean, they looked good last night. So if AD stays healthy, if LeBron
That's the key
kind of
right
just
there.
stays in his facilitating role and hitting shots whenever,
Mhm.
we all know he can drive the lane still too.
Play AD at the 4. Too.
Yeah. Who are you going to put at 5?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I feel like Rui could hold it down.
Rui did good last night.
Dude, that three
I
was-
texted a group chat like early in the first quarter. I think it was like
That
7-5 or something. I was like, Rui league MVP? Like
you see him? Yeah, he kind of like went into
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards and dunked it on him.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Rui's a nice piece of the puzzle.
He was a big man at Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Like he was considered a big man. It's weird how Grant Williams and him were big men, and now they're like these oversized small forwards in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. It was a good opening night, and there's games happening right now. I'm gonna go watch. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, let's wrap it up, boys. You got a song choice of the week?
Griffin, go ahead.
You know, Jacob, I know you'll love this poll. I'm gonna keep it going with the radio theme, kinda. I'm
Okay.
gonna say Queens of the Stone Age, Song for the Dead.
My favorite drum intro to play.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
and to listen to. That is so far. Skylar, you can
I feel
pick yours.
lucky that I got to single-handedly watch you learn that.
Dude, you watched me while I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah.
I can't do this." And then I just slowly like,
You just pulled that out of the back of your pocket.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. And I've messed it up plenty of times.
I'm gonna go with a new song with an old feel for me and my friend Kyle. We were really big into like G-Eazy and Skizzy Mars and stuff back in high school. They just released a new song called Issues. Pretty good. You might want to check it out if you're into, that type of music.
Okay.
G-Eazy, Skizzy Mars, called Issues. I've been listening to it the last couple of days. I'm digging it.
Mackenzie loves G-Eazy. I always give her shit
I
for it.
No, I was gonna say,
G-Eazy
if-
was one of my favorite artists in high school.
Okay.
Like, still one of my favorite albums. These Things Happen. I've been listening to that too.
He's my
last
favorite
couple
industry
weeks.
plant.
Yeah, call him what you want. I love his music.
Yeah, that's
so.
fine. I was just kidding.
No, he's cool though.
My-
I got
my-
to see him a couple times.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Where at?
Memphis in May, the Bill Street Music Festival.
Cool.
My friend that I mentioned, Kyle, I went with him and we went there early. And is it Devin Baldwin? I think not Devin. I think it's Devin Baldwin.
Mhm.
She's a singer and she has a couple songs with G-Eazy.
Mhm.
But she was like, it was early in the afternoon. I think G-Eazy went on at like 3 or 4 o'clock. But we got there at his stage. And we were 3 rows back, and we were like the only people there. We were in the back row,
Yeah.
3 rows deep.
Yeah.
And then, I think Lecrae came on after her, and then G-Eazy came on
Deep
after
pool.
him. Yeah,
Lecrae is a crazy pool.
G-Eazy came on after him, and whenever G-Eazy came on, we turned around and looked. There was a sea of people behind us.
Nice.
Like it was one of those where we were like up front. He like walked the gate in front of the stage and stuff. We got to dap him up and shit. It
Cool.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We also saw him in Nashville. He did a tour summer of 2016 with Logic. It's pretty cool
Yeah.
show. Pretty
Cool.
cool show.
That's cool.
So, what about you, man?
I Hate Alabama by Connor Smith.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I changed that. Rocky Top.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Tennessee by 50. Give me Tennessee by 50.
Yeah. Delta Dawn.
Yeah.
Any of those. Get them fired up. So that was a great episode, boys. Thanks for coming in. Wednesday night. It was a weird schedule for everybody this week. So sorry about that. I think this is going to be coming out sometime Friday. So
that's fine. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Vols on a bye week. Just beat Alabama. Got Kentucky up next. Green Bay beat Houston Texans. Horns down. Go Vandy this week.
Go Broncos and go Bengals.
Go Broncos. Go Bengals. Go Packers. Go Vols.
Go Ravens.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Woo, thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Have a good week.
We'll see you next time.